A Swansea man stands accused of orchestrating a failed murder-for-hire plot against his estranged wife, with prosecutors alleging he paid a neighbour £1,500 to arrange the killing, Swansea Crown Court heard. Paul Lewis, 54, and Dominique Saunders, 35, both residents of Fishmarket Quay, maintain their innocence against charges of conspiracy to murder between February and April 2023. Despite what the prosecution describes as a damning digital trail of their alleged scheme. The court learned that while Joanne Atkinson Lewis, Lewis's then wife, from whom he had been separated for 2 years, remained unharmed, prosecutors emphasised that the absence of physical harm was legally irrelevant to establishing criminal intent. According to barrister William Hughes, the crucial question for jurors is whether the defendants formed a criminal agreement to facilitate murder, evidenced by financial transactions, incriminating messages, and online searches. Financial records presented to the court showed Lewis withdrew £1,500 in March 2023, shortly before Saunders deposited £1,300 into his own account. Investigators also uncovered disturbing internet activity, including searches for firearms and Ms. Atkinson Lewis's address. The prosecution highlighted a series of WhatsApp exchanges between the two defendants who lived in the same building, in which Lewis allegedly demanded updates, at one point writing, "Death becomes her," and later complaining he'd been scammed because his wife was still breathing. In a particularly telling message, Saunders reportedly wrote, "I'll send you that bloke's number and you can get your 1,500 back," followed by, "Don't ask me to help again. I'm out." The case took a dramatic turn when Lewis's son, Kieran Lewis, testified that he confronted his father after growing suspicious. "I came straight out and asked him if he'd put a hit on Joanne," he told the court, describing how his father broke down in tears and nodded in admission. Kieran and his girlfriend, Sydney West, then scoured Lewis's phone, discovering the alarming messages before alerting police. Bodycam footage shown in court captured Lewis visibly distressed, telling officers he had been scammed, while West recounted asking him, "Do you understand you've paid someone to take someone's mother away?" To which he reportedly nodded through tears. Defense attorneys painted contrasting portraits of their clients. John Hipkin KC, representing Lewis, argued his client was a vulnerable man with a history of mental health crises, describing him as an ideal target for exploitation. Meanwhile, John Harrison KC, Saunders's counsel, flatly denied any conspiracy, asserting his client had never agreed to do anything at all, and had merely taken advantage of Lewis's desperation. Ms. Atkinson Lewis, in a written statement, described her ex-husband's prolonged mental decline, noting that he had repeatedly avoided divorce hearings through self-harm attempts. As the trial continues, jurors must weigh whether the evidence reveals a genuine murder plot or a tragic exploitation of a troubled man's despair. Both defendants remain steadfast in their not guilty pleas.